Good morning, everyone. Welcome to White River Buddhist Temple. Today we're having our monthly Shotsuki Hoyo, or memorial service, where we remember people who have passed on during this month, March. So we will have the chanting of Sambujo. You'll find that on page 22 of your service book. And then we'll go on to sutra chanting on page 23. And during the sutra chanting, those of you who wish to come up and make a memorial offering or bow, you're welcome to do so. But we'll read all the names in one chunk. Thank you.
Can I ask everyone to please put your palms together in Gasho, or bow your head in contemplation and respect. As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Anna, Namo Anna, Namo Anna. We are gathered here today in observance of the White River Buddhist Temple's monthly Shotsuki service to remember those who have passed away in the month of March. They are Tatsu Sato Abe, Masanuki Yamada, Tazo Nishimura, Yoshio Horiuchi, Tamayo Mikami, Mitsuo Ikuta, Heri Susumu Anzai, Tsutae Taini Taketa, Hiroto Mizoguchi, Kai Honore Hansen, Shigeru Nishimura, Ted Tadao Komoto, Kimi Teraoka, Tokie Nakai, Bobby Akira Tanabe, Benjamin Stomu Taketa, Toshi Terayama, Itsuko Funai, Satoru Kato, Stan Tsujikawa, Yasumi Kinoshita, Steve Kato, Wayne Mizuki, Fumio Bill Ishida, as well as all others who were not listed but contributed to the temple and its community. May the fragrance of the incense teach us of the purity of our intention. May the beauty of the flowers offered teach us of life's impermanence. May the light that burns brightly teach us of Amita's great wisdom and compassion. Can I ask everyone to please put your palms together once more in Gasho as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amma, Namo Amma, Namo.
Shigaku manzo
Can I ask everyone to please once more put your palms together and gasho, bow your head in contemplation and respect. As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nox, Namo Nox, Namo Nox.
Excuse me. Well, those of you who are able, please rise, and we will have the reading of the three treasures. You'll find that on page 3 of our service book. And then please remain standing for the song or gatha that follows. Three treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Now we will have our gatha or song, which is Namo Amida Butsu. You'll find that on page 137 of your purple books. Thank you. You may be seated. And now we'll have a Dharma message from Reverend Cindy.
No more. Can I please ask us to put our palms together in gasho, bow your head in contemplation and respect as I read these words from the Amida Sutra. Sariputra, in that Buddha land, when a gentle breeze begins to blow, causing the arrayed jeweled trees and decorative jeweled nets to stir, they produce subtle, harmonious sounds. It is as if 100,000 musical instruments were being played simultaneously. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo. Hello, everyone. I'm glad everyone was able to get up early. I am not a morning person, so it was even earlier. But of course, I had my cat to wake me up at the correct time, so at least I had an alarm clock set. So today we are observing our March monthly memorial service, or our March Shotsuki Hoyo, in which we remember all of those who have passed away in the month of March. And traditionally, we are supposed to chant the Amida Sutra, which is one of the 3 Pure Land Sutras written by, well, not really written by, but told by Shakyamuni Buddha, the Buddha who lived in what was then India 2,500 years ago. And instead of reading it or like reciting it, which we did last week for the Eitai-gyo service for BCA, I have decided that we should read it instead. And so, a little sad, but we finished the part on the birds. Right? I think the birds took, if not half a year, a little over than that. But we are still on a part where Shakyamuni Buddha is telling not only his disciple Sariputra, but also all of those listening at that time, the various bodhisattvas and gods, the disciples, as well as right now, right? In a way, Shakyamuni Buddha is talking to us now when we read the sutra. And Shakyamuni Buddha is still talking about what you can hear in Amida Buddha's Pure Land. Again, Amida Buddha is the Buddha in the center of our altar, the Buddha of immeasurable light and infinite light, the Buddha of infinite wisdom and compassion. And so, as a Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha is able to look into Amida Buddha's Pure Land. Of course, through history, other people have said that they looked into Amida Buddha's Pure Land, which may have been true. But in Jodo Shinshu, we mainly look for to Shakyamuni Buddha for this. And so, at this point, Shakyamuni Buddha is talking to us about how the jewels in the Pure Land create such harmonious and wonderful sound. Stated again from the Amida Sutra, it says, Sariputra, in that Buddha land, Amida Buddha's Pure Land, when a gentle breeze begins to blow, causing the arrayed jeweled trees and decorative jeweled nets to stir, they produce subtle, harmonious sounds. It is as if 100,000 musical instruments were being played simultaneously. As someone, again, with aphantasia, I can't necessarily picture things in my mind. So I have to, again, I understand concepts, but I can't imagine what this looks like, right? Jeweled trees and jeweled nets, that when a breeze, the gentle breeze of the Pure Land, wafts through them, they sound harmonious and subtle. But one thing I was reminded of about something that might be a little similar, right? We know the rustling of the trees. I think we all hear it today with the blusterous winds going on. But when I think of like jeweled nets, and they're like suspended in the air, right? I can't really imagine that. But then I was reminded of an incident that happened very recently to me. And at the house that I'm currently living in, there's a wind chime
there's a wind chime that blows. And I was reminded of this because I forget that it's there. Because it's so subtle. And plus I block it out because we hear it all the time. But I remember I take our cat out to we have a balcony, like a second floor balcony, and that's where the wind chime is hung. And we were outside, I was supervising him, and there was a strong gust of wind. The wind chimes tinkled, and my cat ran inside. But then I was reminded that those wind chimes were there. And so I began thinking, is this something like the Pure Land? It's so subtle. It's still there. It'll clink. Right? It'll clink in the background of whatever we're doing. But sometimes we forget that it's there because it's so subtle. It's so subtle. It makes me think, maybe this is like Amida Buddha calling to us, always so subtle, always in different ways, always in different forms. But sometimes we pay attention and sometimes we don't. And then this last part, right? It is as if 100,000 musical instruments were being played simultaneously. I have never been in a room where 100,000 of instruments were being played simultaneously. I wonder how big of a stadium you need for that as well. But I could imagine how they can try to play harmoniously, simultaneously, but also very subtly. Especially, I'm not a good musician, but I could imagine getting 100,000 of the best musicians in the world in a room and ask them to play very softly because they're able to. They taught themselves how to be able to play so softly, but also so harmoniously together. Maybe that's what this sounds like. Maybe this is what the sounds of the Pure Land sound like. But as a being who cannot look into Amida Buddha's Pure Land, all I can do is imagine and use the world around me to try to hear those sounds, those wonderful sounds. And so, it is understood that when those who passed away in this world, they immediately are born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land. They immediately hear these sounds. They immediately become Buddha and understand what these sounds mean. And then immediately they come back to this world to guide us, to tell us what it sounds like in Amida Buddha's Pure Land. They constantly are around us, supporting us, encouraging us during every single moment of our lives. And it is when I encounter those who have gone on before again, all I can do is put my hands together and say, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much for coming back to me. And thank you very much for telling me how beautiful the Pure Land is, the beautiful sounds of the Pure Land, and for encouraging me to continue to take refuge in Amida Buddha. So I will continue to subtly listen to my wind chimes at home. And every single time they blow now, I will think upon those who have passed and put my hands together in Gassho. So if I can ask everyone to please put your palms together in Gassho, or bow your head in contemplation and respect, as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Namo.
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma message. Please rise for the Gatha or song, Odokusan 2. You'll find that on page 153 of this service book, and remain standing for the recital of the Daily Creed. Please turn to page 8 of your service book for the Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu and read along with me. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively. Understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection, I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Namo Vidabats, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you. You may be seated. Do we have any guests that would like to be recognized this morning? All right. Then we'll have announcements. Many of these things you'll find on the little blue piece of paper that you can find out in the foyer to let you know what's happening here and in the next few weeks. So, announcements.
Good morning. For those of you that tried to watch the BCA Eitaikyo service last Sunday, they had a glitch. Sacramento was trying to live stream their service on the same channel that the BCA was. So the full service and the session right after that is up on YouTube. So for anybody that's interested, you can go out to YouTube and see the whole service. Also, there's lots of things on the announcement sheet, so please make sure you pick up one. Also, in the back on the table there is a card for Reverend Ogui. Sensei and Reverend Koyama will be in Japan later this month, and Reverend Ogui is doing one of the sessions that they will be attending. So I thought it'd be nice if we could send a card to him and you could write a greeting on it. So please go back there for those of you that knew Reverend Ogui. He was a couple of ministers ago here. So please sign the card if you can today, because I think Sensei would like to take the card and get it packed with her stuff. She will be here Sensei will be here next Sunday, so if we need to, I can bring the card back then. So let's see, what else do we, also board meeting is this Wednesday, and I guess I should have probably had it put in the announcement. Board meetings are done virtually on Zoom, but anybody is invited to attend. So if you would like to attend the board meeting, please let me know, and we'll make sure you have the link and you get the agenda for the meeting. So it's always been open for anybody to attend, but now that we're doing it via Zoom, a lot of people don't know that you can still attend that way. So just let me know. Thank you.
Just wanted to remind you that next Saturday we are going to have a session of our Timeless Classics cooking class in the kitchen. Would ask people to arrive at 11. We are doing vegetarian jambalaya, although Mardi Gras has come and gone, and we're in Lent, but we're Buddhists, we don't have to do Lent. Yes. No earlier than 11:15. Oh, I thought we were on at 11. I stand corrected. We're at 11:15, and we'll be having a Cajun-themed salad, I understand, and I'm going to be making cornbread. So come and help make, and we'll all sit down and have a good snack afterward. I haven't checked to see how signed in the sign-in sheet, but it's back in the back hall. 14? Okay, so there's one more space left. Thank you.
Thankfully, I have my assistant here who's going to assist me with names that I can't pronounce. I want to make sure on April the 19th, you save the day, because Seattle Betsuin is having a musical evening. It's going to start about 4:30, and I think it'll be over about 7 or 7:30. And it'll be lighter then, so we won't be driving in the dark, me. And our group, Shirakawa, has been invited to sing. So we'd like to have your support, and she's going to tell you who's the guest.
So we have, there'll be a couple of guests, it's just a guest coming from out of town. So the first one is Reverend Harry Bridge. We had him for, he plays the bass, and we just had him last November to speak for our Taikyo service. And then there's also 2 members of Bombu Stories. They're the ones that wrote the Lantern Song, which the first time we danced it was last Obon, this past Obon. And the 2 members are Miharu Okamura and Miko Shudo. So,
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you want to end with anything?
Just be sure and remember that it's April the 19th, and please come and support us.
April the 19th, and please support the Shirakawa Strummers.
Thank you.
Oh, did you want this?
Thank you.
Okay, I have 2 announcements. Well, I shouldn't say announcements, but sorry, putting on my Tacoma Buddhist Temple hat. I would like to thank everyone who purchased an sukiyaki, or chicken teriyaki, or vegetarian bowl. Last week, there was a really great turnout at Tacoma Buddhist Temple. All I can say is that they sold a lot. I don't know how much, but it was because of all of you supporting Tacoma Buddhist Temple that they were able to make this fundraiser a success. So thank you all very much. Lastly, I'm going to put on my White River Buddhist Temple hat and actually say this part in Japanese for the Japanese service that will happen on Friday, March 14th at 11 a.m. Okay? 今週の金曜日が3月14日でございます。14日が蓮如上人のご命日でございます。だからその日にまた日本語法要しますので、一緒に昇進念仏芸やお念仏の浄土真宗親鸞上人の教えを一緒に聞きましょう。はい、また3月14日の11時です。はい。
Well, this is Black History Month, and I was asked to announce that White River Valley Museum, which is just down the road here, is having a presentation today at 2 o'clock, Fly for Freedom, which discusses the contribution of black women in World War II. It's free. As I said, White River Valley Museum, which hosted our Obon exhibit, is down the road about 3 miles. Anyway, it's free. You don't need to sign up. Just show up if you're interested in that topic. So let us close the service with the closing words that we have at the bottom of our program. Afterwards, you're welcome to come up and do offering or oshoko if you wish. So let us close the service. You'll find the words in your program if I didn't say so already. My life is not only my life, but also the life of others' sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namo Dabats, Namo Dabats, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you very much. Take care. Enjoy the longer, lighter days. But careful in the morning when you're driving around in the dark, if you do so. We want to see you back again.